Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope. And this one's for you, Virgo. Here's your first horoscope for 2021 for the month of January. As we come into the month, the sun will be shining in Capricorn all the way through the 18th. And as you may know, Capricorn's a fellow earth sign, which then forms a favorable trine to your sun or your ascendant if you're a Virgo rising person. So there's a lot of support to get things done this month. Get ready to mobilize yourself as well as others. Now on the 19th, the sun will move into Aquarius, and this will encourage you to innovate your schedule and possibly take on some health-related routines, get that going for yourself for the new year as we move towards our Mercury retrograde cycle. That's going to begin on January 30th. It's going to be harder to initiate new plans, so definitely get your goals in motion during the first half of the month. And because Mercury is your ruling planet, you may feel Mercury retrograde cycles more so than other sun signs. And I'll talk a bit more about that upcoming cycle towards the end of this horoscope. Now we've got Mars entering Taurus on January 7th. And at the same time, it's clearing the shadow of its last retrograde cycle. Now, Taurus is another earth sign. Here's some more support to help you stay grounded, stick to your commitments and routines, keep your patience. Mars is going to be in Taurus from January 6th through March the 3rd, and it makes that trine to your sun if you were born August 23rd to September 5th of any year, or if you have around 0 to 12 degrees Virgo rising, you're likely to feel the most activated by Mars this month. Mars is the planet of motivation, of passion, of how we go after what we want. And you may be called to teach or learn or both in an official capacity or on a personal level. Now consider your ideas, what you're ready to investigate, and how to attain the knowledge that you seek. That's where Mars is giving you the most support this month. Now we've got Venus moving into Capricorn, more Earth astrology. You see a theme this month. Venus moves into Capricorn on the 8th and will remain in this sign through January 30th. This is really favorable for business alliances as well as personal relationships. Venus is the planet of love and money. There's going to be an emphasis on commitment, and someone's ability to take charge could really be alluring. It almost could be an aphrodisiac. You see either your partner or someone you're interested in just taking charge of a situation, that can be very compelling and inspire you to take charge of matters in your own life. Now, avoid jumping into new committed partnerships during the second half of the month. That's when we're going to begin to feel more confusing effects of this upcoming Mercury retrograde cycle. And again, that cycle begins January 30th. If you do meet someone new, take things slowly, and you can reassess how you feel in a few months. That is the best plan of action when encountering new people or situations during Mercury retrograde. Now, this month's new moon is going to be on the 13th at 23 degrees of Capricorn. It forms a favorable trine to your sun. For Virgos born on or around September 16th of any year, or Virgo rising people that have around 23 degrees Virgo rising, this will be an especially powerful new moon for you. All Virgos can use this new moon to focus on intentions related to romance, creativity, working with children, parenting, bringing more joy into your daily life, and any practices that help to open your heart. These are all excellent themes to work with as you're setting new moon intentions this month. Now, the shadow of Mercury retrograde begins on January the 16th. So again, try to initiate your new actions before that date. The official Mercury retrograde dates will be January 30th to February 20th. And this cycle could throw your routines off. That's why I was mentioning at the beginning of the horoscope to really nail some routines in place the first 2 weeks, so that when Mercury retrograde comes around, you're a little bit anchored into them. You're not trying to get new things established so much. And an important work project may hit a roadblock around this time. Just keep your patience and look for why that might have happened, what you need to slow down and review. Often Mercury retrogrades give us a chance to catch errors that we might have missed if we had just kept going forward. And use your Virgo analytical skills, your skills of discernment, to really review everything carefully that comes in front of you during the second half of the month, as well as through the entire Mercury retrograde cycle. Now, do your best to keep your patience, get inventive if new circumstances arise unexpectedly. And there's always the chance of a happy accident under this astrology as well. So there's definitely not all negative things associated with Mercury retrograde. It really has to do with how you work with it and the awareness of what's going on. Now, this month's full moon is on the 28th, and that will be at 9 degrees of Leo. This is going to encourage contemplation and getting in touch with your higher power. It would be great to set aside a little bit of alone time just for daydreaming, getting engaged in joyful activities that feel spiritually uplifting. That's a great way to work with this full moon at the end of the month. And I hope that you can work productively with all of January's astrology. Be safe and be well, and I'll see you here next month with your horoscope.